Good morning. Welcome to the Capital Forum's Name and Fame segment of the Global Television Network. This morning, we are very privileged and honored to have with us a multi-dimensional personality in the nation's capital area who has done so much in a short period of time. Mr. Frank Islam, who recently went to India, primarily to an university, his alma mater, where he gave a keynote speech, and the Department of Business Management was named after him and his wife. Mr. Islam, welcome to Name and Fame program of the Capital Forum.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for your nice and kind words. I should have you here for my introduction. You'll do a great job.
Thank you. What can I do? You have got so much to offer. Tell our viewers, your recent visit to Aligarh Muslim University, which is one of the iconic universities in India, where you are the keynote speakers and you created a sensation I read in the Facebook, but our viewers would like to know more about you.
About my journey to India?
Yes.
Okay. So I travel to India with my wife, Debbie, and members of my family, which is 13 of us. That includes my brothers and sisters, nephews and nieces, to India to give a convocation address at Aligarh Muslim University, and then I also laid the stone foundation for Frank and Debbie Islam Management Complex. In the convocation speech, I said that I'm uniquely blessed to be standing there and giving a convocation speech, and I said to the students, as I look at you, I see me in you, I see you the future of India, and I see you the future of the world. And then I gave some advice to them, which is contrary to my own personal belief. I said that be the best you can be, exploit your fullest potential. And I also said to them that when you're successful, give other people letters up you to succeed, especially those who are less fortunate, especially those who are voiceless, especially those who are economically and socially disadvantaged, especially those who are underprivileged. If you give them a voice and hope, they will do the wonders. They will change the landscape of the world. When they succeed, all of us succeed, India succeeds. So I also said to them, you do well, but do good. Good means serve the community, help the community, support the community, because I also said to them that you need to explore your horizon beyond and find a way to create a mutual bond across the boundary of all religion, race, background, and belief.
Now, why did you select Aligarh Muslim University?
Aligarh, where my journey began. Aligarh shaped my story. And Aligarh principles have always guided me throughout my life, whether the time is calm or the crisis. This is where my sibling went to school. This is where my parents went to school. This is where my grandparents to school.
Wow.
This is my great-grandparents to school. I would not be the person that I will be today if I would have not received the education at Aligarh Muslim University. Aligarh has always been a beacon of hope, aspirations, and dream. And my contribution, I call them investment, that will yield exponential returns. It's my way of saying thank you to Aligarh University and keeping those students' hope alive. And as you know, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, who founded the Aligarh University, he said in his quotation, I believe it was in 1872 when he said that, before it was a university, it was at that time called Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College. And then it got changed I guess the best way to do that, it became university in 1920s. So it is, as you said, it is an iconic university. It has been a university that produced many, many leaders from all walks of life. Even the Vice President of India currently is from Aligarh. Zakir Hussain, who was the President of Aligarh, President of India, also came from Aligarh Muslim Universities. So, and many, many, Aligarh shaped India, and India shaped Aligarh. So I said to them, the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan said, the Aligarh is a mighty tree. It is. So I said that this management complex will be one of those branches of that mighty tree that will be better and it will be a lot more stronger. And I said, you are part of the Aligarh family tree. You will go out around the world and create more trees, build more, and also create next generation's innovators, entrepreneurs, leaders, and you will make the India and the world a better place to live.
Besides India and Aligarh Muslim University, you are also very actively involved in America. I remember that you had been involved with Montgomery College, Virginia College, some Nova, and others institutions. Do you have any plan to have some collaboration between Aligarh Muslim University and any university in this country?
Good. So I have been uniquely blessed. I've been very fortunate, and I've embodied the American dream. So not only that I have contributed and invested in Aligarh and some other parts in Azamgarh, where I was born, which is where I spent my formative years. I've also been very generous, like most of the Americans have been, through my foundation, which focuses on art education in the United States as well. That includes the Johns Hopkins University, which is SAIS, which is School of International Studies, and Carey School of Business, University of Maryland Business School, George Mason University, American University in Washington, D.C., George Washington University, and University of Colorado, where I endowed the scholarship program in the memory of my professor who brought me to this nation when I was very young. And without him, I would not be able to realize the American dream.
Tell me something about
Professor
that.
Throne came to Aligarh University when I was very young, and he sort of put me under his umbrella, that's the way to describe it, and brought me to America. And he educated me, he gave me hope. He also paid for my educations. So this is how I ended up at University of Colorado in Boulder.
T-R-O-N-E?
T-H-R-O-N, and Professor Wolfgang Throne. When he died in the year 2004, I felt that his memory and legacy is important to all of us. My story can only happen because of what he did for me. So I owe him a sense of gratitude and debt also. So I endowed a scholarship program under his name at University of Colorado. To your question with regard to collaborations at Aligarh University and university in the United States and other parts of the world, I created several. With George Mason University collaboration between Aligarh University. I also created a collaboration between Georgetown Law School. As a result of that, through my foundation, we were able to get several students that came from Aligarh Muslim University to George Washington Law School. And I will continue to have that. As a matter of fact, when I went to India, I took a detour to Dubai, which is a beautiful country, and I created a collaborations and partnership agreement between American University in Dubai, where I'm on the board of trustee, and Aligarh University for faculty exchange program, students exchange program. As a matter of fact, they just started it to build upon what I did and have been able to be very active in terms of getting the students from Aligarh University. I'm also on the board of trustee of American University in Afghanistan, Kabul, and I was able to get several students from Kabul to Aligarh as well as to American University in Emirate. So I'm doing my best I can be. It's important for all of us to make sure that we can continue to work with the universities to make sure we can get them students from, especially from the country that where they have aspirations, but they cannot be able to attain and achieve their goal, their dream.
Besides your philanthropic foundation, Frank Islam David Drysdale Foundation, you are also very actively involved in US politics. And I learned from you by talking to you from newspaper and television that you had visited a number of caucus states, Democratic caucus states. Could you tell our viewers exactly what you learned from these caucus states?
First of all, I did not only go to the caucus state, but I went to the states where they had a primary.
Oh, primary,
so,
okay.
So
okay.
I did both.
Both.
In order for Americans to make sure they have a voice, and we always say that they make sure that you're active participant in the political process, also to make sure we can build a country for all, not just for selected few. And politics define the landscape of America. So it was a great opportunity for me when the Hillary Clinton's campaign asked me to go to New Hampshire's and South Carolina primaries and be a participant. So participant includes many things. A, knock on the doors. Go make sure you talk to the people and say that you have to vote for Hillary Clinton, and make sure you go and to this, you have to go to this place in certain areas where you can go vote. And number two things we did is, since I am Asian, I am Indian American, I take a lot of pride in my faith, which is Islamic, and also take a lot of pride I am as an Indian American. I love my country. I was born there. That country has given me so much. I know we have a shared history and heritage, and those are the values that binds us together. I was able to talk to the Indian American communities as well as with the communities of the Muslims faith in the New Hampshire's and which is a very small community, going to the mosque and going to the temples and talking to the people. There are a lot of professional Indian American in there to tell them how important it is for them to vote and to make sure. Obviously, I was doing it now for Bernie Sanders, who I think has done a great job, but obviously his proposal lacks a lot of details, and he wants to make everything free, which is good. But he has done a good job energizing the young generations and young base. So we are very grateful to Senator Sanders' and candidacy. I am supporting Hillary Clinton. I think she's a great, and she'll be a great president of the United States, and she got the depth and breadth of experience, and one of the things which is important to me personally, she will strengthen, broaden, and deepen our engagement with India, which is good in my book. So that's what I did, and also in that process, I was able to raise some money for the Clinton's campaign. As you know, that you came to my house when President Clinton came to our house. So those are kind of things that we are doing to make aware of the people how much at stake we are in these elections, and especially the other side of the aisle. And I respect all of them. I mean, they're willing to serve our country and they're serving our country. But some of the tone of intolerance, angry, and also is to the Muslims and to the immigrants and to the people who they don't think are American, but they are Americans. The 34% of population is in this country African Americans and Hispanic and Asian American, and we have been the model, and the Asian American have been the model for the immigrant in this nation, and so we have to build a country for all of them. We have to welcome them because they are part and parcel of this nation. So it is important for us to vote to make sure we can build America for all the people with a shared prosperity. So that's the reason I'm more energized to work in the campaign to make sure we elect someone who believes in middle-class America, who believes in shared prosperity, and who believes that the immigrant and small business are the engine that drives our economy.
We both live in the state of Maryland.
Yes.
So how you are involved in the Maryland politics?
In several ways. I'm mostly involved with the national politics, but
That I know,
am,
that you already
but I am also involved with the local congressional race.
Okay.
I am supporting Chris Van Hollen. As you know, he was born in Pakistan. He lived in South Asia, and so his leadership style is grounded in the fact that he lived in those part of the world, and he's very much a spokesperson for the South Asian community, and he'll be a great senator. So I'm involved with that, and his seat is vacated by
Barbara Mikulski.
Barbara Mikulski, but also the congressional seat, which is the Maryland's 8th district, is also held by him. As a result, there are several candidates that are going after, and Kumar Barwa is Indian American, and he's running it, so I support him. I support Kathleen Matthews, and I also support the local part of the election in Maryland, where the Senate races, which is the Maryland Senate, I'm talking about now the U.S. Senate, and also the House of Representative Aruna Miller is a good friend, and there are several other people that I support, and I also support the county, which is the local level. We did several fundraising events for Ike Leggett also in our home. So I continue to be engaged and involved and informed, and to be an active participant in that process.
How do you get time to get involved in so many different things?
The time is precious commodity. And managing time is always a challenge. But you know, life is short. We have a short time on this planet of Earth, and we have to make sure that we can create the next generations. Make sure that we have a legacy that we leave behind. Wittingly and unwittingly, we're writing our own legacy, and every day is a learning process. So I try to find the time in such a way that I could have a meaningful impact and influence on the people's lives, and that will be a great legacy for me, that I can create more Frank Islam who could become a business person, entrepreneur, who can also excite and energize the next generations, and so that they will carry on, because we will be gone, and they will have the wisdom to carry on.
You have written a number of books, and so you have a blog, what you call Pivot Points?
Pivot Points. Yeah.
Would you tell our viewers about some of the books you've written?
I wrote two books. So one is called Renewing the American Dream, which was the first book that it was published in 2010, and then I embody the American dream, and I think it's important for us to realize that the people like me, the story that happened in America, because America gave me the opportunity, because it is a very inclusive and open society, and those are the strengths and values and qualities of America that we can proudly and truly embrace. And we also need to harness the small business and entrepreneur, because they are the one who creates a job, and so on and so forth. And you have to be small to grow to be big. I mean, every company was a small company one time. So I wrote that book, and then after the election, which is the second term election of President Obama, I wrote called Pivot Point, and hence my blog, the Pivot Point, which is also known as a column that I write in Huffington Post, which is in business and mostly politics. I just wrote something about the Apple versus FBI.
Right. I read that. It was very interesting. You did a great job.
Oh, thank you very much. I believe that if the security issue is at stake, I also believe what Mr. Cook, who's the Tim Cook, who's the CEO of the Apple, is trying to protect the privacy. But I also believe that if the U.S. national interest, in this case, if this terrorist, and I don't care who they are, if there's any way we can find out more about it and prevent that attack, we could be more smarter, because that's a national security issue, and we should make sure we can support the FBI in the national security issue, because that's important. So that's my take on it, and obviously there are a lot of other views on this as well. I also wrote several things in Middle Class America, Income Inequality and Injustice America. I've written many columns on in addition to the Huffington Post Economic Times in India about U.S.-India relationship. As a matter of fact, I wrote 2 columns on U.S.-India relationship, Huffington Post as well, because it's important for all of us to know that India and U.S. have a shared interest and shared values. The democracy, diversity, the two strengths that makes us, that binds us together, as I have said many times. I try to find the current issues that America faces in terms of the politics and the business as well, and that's what I write my blogs. And I don't mean to be in my blog have my own personal views, but I write in a positive and a thoughtful manner, that it is more constructive, that we could have a dialogue and hopefully debate and hopefully discourse.
Now, we have got few minutes left. Now I want to ask you a question about you receiving a very coveted award from UP government not too long ago. Now tell me about that award.
So I have received what they call them the first time. It's called UP Ratna Award that was given by the Chief Minister of UP, which is Akhilesh Yadav. Unfortunately, I did not go there, and this is the first time they have instituted to engage the Indian diaspora community, especially the people who were born in Uttar Pradesh, which is one of the province. Also, UP is also known as Uttar Pradesh. And so I said in my acceptance speech that I have a strong bond and connection with the past and the future of UP. And I have a sense of cautious optimism that all Indian Americans who are diaspora will be able to engage in UP to build the economy and to empower the people with education, which is near and dear to me, and provide the economic opportunity to all so that they can realize their dream. And I firmly believe this is the best way to engage the community. So I said that I will support them as much as I can because UP, this is where my journey began, and this is very important to me personally.
Well, thank you very much.
You're most
it
welcome.
was again an honor for me to be with you.
Sure, thank you very much.
You are a source of my inspiration.
Oh my gosh, Dr. Banik, you embody, you are also a source of strength and inspiration to our community, and continue to doing and providing the leadership so that people can look at you and say that I could be one day like Dr. Banik. So thank you very much.
Thank you.